I'm Brooke Oliphant with Rise Up Coaching. I want to talk with you about kind of a hidden revenue loss that's happening in orthodontic practices. And if you're not paying attention and considering it this way, you're losing even more opportunity than you think. So, what I'm talking about is the cost that happens to the practice when a patient doesn't start. And this goes beyond the production and revenue of that one start because that one start comes with a family and friends and coworkers and a social network and a 5-star review that you're never going to receive because they're taking their business elsewhere. And conservative consumer estimates, the statistics that exist within our economy show us that on the conservative side, a consumer will refer 2 to 3 people to a business that they like and trust and are actively interacting with every 2 years. So if your average case acceptance is $6,000, and this means that you're losing $18,000 to $24,000 per patient who doesn't start. Now, are you even meeting them? I see intake processes in orthodontic practices that are still so old school. My friends, this cannot be a clerical experience. I called an orthodontic practice recently, explained that I was a new patient, that I wanted to bring my child there. And the person on the other end said, "Oh, okay, so you'll be new. Let me get my sheet." Let me get my sheet. Are you kidding me? This is your opportunity for a great first impression. And that was far from a great first impression. Okay. I also see it in the new patient experience. They come in, the patient has to walk all the way to your front desk to be greeted or delayed in greeting by someone who is busy, who is typing on a screen, who is on the phone. The patient has to tell the employee, "I'm new." They're asked what their name is. Okay, are you seeing 20 new people at the same time? No, you're seeing one new person, one new patient in that hour, in that 30 minutes, in that 45 minutes, which means your admin person should be anticipating the new patient, to call them by name, to stand up and greet them and welcome them and instantly do something with them and for them that distinguishes your practice from the competition, that makes them feel welcome and wanted as a consumer, and that sets a tone for a fantastic new patient experience that would earn their yes. The goal of your entire patient journey is to achieve the conversion. They have to go from a shopper to a buyer before they become a patient, which means we need the yes first before we can do anything else. And what I'm seeing over and over again is that the journey for earning business is really based on hope and winging it. I have another scenario. I'm working with a practice right now who hired an experienced treatment coordinator, someone who is seasoned, multiple practices. And the assumption was that that person would come in with expertise and just hit the ground running. But instead, that person came into a new practice, right? A new doctor, a different treatment philosophy, a different patient population, a different practice management software, a different fee presentation platform. All of it is new. That person came in, yes, with experience in the industry and experience as a treatment coordinator, but not necessarily the kind of life experience or business experience or sales and customer service experience that would position her to look at this whole new model with strategy and with insight or with a self-awareness to partner with this new model to say, this is what I can keep doing from my past experiences, and this is where I need to pivot, where I need to change and learn and grow and be different. And if it's not working as well as it used to, what story is that treatment coordinator telling herself? And what story does the leadership team believe about that treatment coordinator? That maybe they aren't as good as they said they were? Or that maybe their previous experience doesn't really fit this model. How are we going to help Where for me, I was able to quickly partner with this treatment coordinator and help her identify where some of her limiting beliefs or previous habits or the way that she used to do things didn't fit this model, doesn't fit today's consumer, doesn't fit the personality of her new doctor. These are the opportunities to change. And with quick pivots, now she's off and running with great success. So there's always room to better our best. There's always an opportunity for improvement. We need to be taking into consideration what today's consumer wants, what they need, what they expect to get to the yes. And then look at how your team has been trained. Are they effectively internally communicating with each other? Has your admin team been trained on delivering a phone experience? Or are you assuming that friendly people with potentially past experience that is supposed to make them good at their job is somehow good enough? Is your treatment coordinator trained to use communication for the kind of connection psychology that would guide decision making? Or is your treatment coordinator a friendly person taking people through a scripted and formatted process, hoping that they say yes at the end? And then when they don't, everyone's disappointed. And there's judgment on the treatment coordinator as if they're not doing their job well enough, or what's wrong, or did you do this? Did you remember to do that? What did they say? That's heavy. No treatment coordinator wants the knock on the outside of their door after someone leaves undecided to be like, what happened with that one? Unless you're also throwing a parade and celebrating every start. But it's like we expect the start and then push back or challenge or question when it didn't go well enough. But are your systems and processes actually designed for it to go as well as you think it could? And are you doing all of the things well enough to capitalize on your lead to scheduled and to capitalize on your consult attended to case accepted so that you are not only losing the revenue of those starts, but you're also capitalizing on the opportunity of your brand management with more 5-star reviews that are going to send that individual's network to pay attention to you, and that their 2 to 3 strong referrals in a 2-year window of time have an opportunity to become your patient, not someone else's. The revenue loss that is happening in orthodontic practices is greater than the simple difference between a 60% conversion rate and an 80% conversion rate. It goes beyond to look at what does those missed opportunities cost the practice in brand management, in 5-star reviews, and in referrals. So your opportunity to grow your business, to stay relevant, to be moving into the future with confidence and with clarity is by dialing in your new patient experience in all of the touch points to truly capitalize on your lead to case acceptance opportunities so that you have the ability to grow beyond. That's what I would like to help you accomplish. Again, my name is Brooke Oliphant. I'm the founder of Rise Up Coaching. My consultancy partners with practices to identify where you're inefficient, where you have an opportunity to improve. And then I train your team to achieve that next level greatness while dialing in your new patient experience to optimize your conversion. I would love to help you do that. So please schedule a discovery call. Click the link in the comments, schedule your complimentary meeting with me so that we can identify your custom roadmap to better and then get to work. I can't wait to meet you.